Action. Yo, what up guys, Ari Gold, Chosen Energy. Today's preach is about unplugging yourself and living without feeling that you must be plugged in order to belong, but instead unplugging yourself so you can actually live. So with that said, I'm going to jump on this preach and read my daily preach. Today is Monday. Hope you're having a beautiful, amazing Monday. And it's been a really hot day in California, in Los Angeles, and it's just kind of also still amazing because I feel like whenever it's really, really hot, the sun actually gives us this high energy to actually kind of boost us our DNA and just like upgrade our DNA at the same time, which for me it's always like a positive thing no matter how hot it is. Like right now I'm sitting in this studio where it doesn't feel that hot, but earlier it was like really like super hot, and I'm actually feeling great because I feel like I'm at this perfect level, you know. And I just ate a lot of avocado, so maybe that's another thing, and I'm going to the gym afterwards, so it's exciting. So with that said, let's just jump on this preach and just let's preach it out. Okay. Today, as you start your fresh new day in a new week, allow yourself to unplug from the routine autopilot stuff and plug into the spontaneous train of life and thought that exceeds the ordinary projected life by the masses. So what I'm saying is that when we unplug ourselves from the matrix and we just live life more spontaneously, we are able to change timelines to the best version of ourselves, because when we live in a routine kind of a timeline where everything is just the same, nothing else can actually come in the way, because those are actually crickets you hear. They're not background music. So when you unplug yourself from the matrix and you live spontaneously, what you're doing, you're actually changing your timeline, because what you're doing is you are creating new timelines and new parallel realities, because you're actually changing course. So when you're changing course, you're actually raising your vibration and allowing things new things to come in. And that's the reason why it's so important to live spontaneously as opposed living with a routine schedule of like every day it's the same thing, work, home, same food, same people, same outings. Don't live that way, because that's kind of like almost like digging your grave and just asking yourself like, when am I gonna jump in? Not to sound evil or anything, but that's just pretty much what it is. I just like to speak to facts, because I'm all about facts. Triple twos right now happening. Okay. So we project our reality by our thoughts, and the more unscheduled we remain by limited thoughts and actions, the more of the same reality we will create for ourselves and others as a social memory complex. Because when we have the same thoughts and the same schedule every day, we're not only like influencing us, we're actually also influencing the people around us, because what's happening is we are creating the same kind of energy that the other people kind of get infected by and start to kind of like live by, kind of like the Jonases, but like a reverse, not materialistic, but more like following the same kind of routine. It's like when we create energy that it's not serving like our best interest, we're actually creating the EMF that's actually also serving others. So whatever we do bad or whatever we do that is just nothing changing, nothing fluctuating, every day the same life, we're actually impacting the common energy fields around us to feel the same way and to act the same way and to have the same thoughts, because our thoughts, they are actually emanated into other families and people and city, and so our thoughts can actually be picked up by others. Therefore they'll live the ordinary life as well. So therefore it's really important to live spontaneous, because if we don't live spontaneous, we will literally be limiting ourselves and the others around us to not actually live at their full potential, but instead live at their very minimal, you know. Okay, so jump on this. And the social memory complex that's what it is. It's pretty much our consciousness as one. So if you're wondering what I mean, social memory complex, if we actually unite together and have one social memory complex, that's when we will evolve like this very quickly without even any effort. Just us, our thoughts, and just thinking positive. That's all. Just for one day, done. Everything will just kind of pick itself up and just kind of upgrade itself, and the reality will be euphoric. Until recently, 2017 to be exact, I was hardwired, I'm talking about myself, into the matrix regardless of my prior stuff unplugged in 2011 and 2015, which were attempts to unplug me from the matrix, but it wasn't long after that I was plugged back in. I was awakened in 2011 and also in 2015, but that really didn't last long, because I was also in love with this person that kind of like made things more complicated, because I was kind of dependent on her love, because I was just head over heels for her. Actually, I want to say head over chucks, because we're guys. I'm I mean, guys should say hetero chuck. That's my own actually original creation. So no copies, please. Just kidding. You can use it. But yeah, so I was super into this personal love kind of a circle with this girl, and a love triangle, like if you want to call it. And it was just me and her actually. So it's like a love circle, I guess. Yeah. And I didn't really like. My life was really good, and I totally felt everything. I was just super on my A game. Everything was just happening. I was manifesting things like quickly, crazy, fast turnarounds. Sometimes I wasn't really happy, and I just got back plugged into the matrix because I allowed money that I was making a lot of cool money because I was a super entrepreneur. I was literally enforcing every little thing that I ever had, and everything was just happening so in a super fast speed, like lightning speed. And so therefore, like I kind of like allowed money to just catch up to me and just kind of make me see everything like about money, like as if because I have money. It's fair to say that money can actually like change you if you're not really careful, and it can actually make you think like that's the only thing that actually exists instead of like the actual spirituality. So I was awakened in 2011 and money just killed it. And then I was awakened again in 2015 when money was gone. And then I had just broken up with this girl that I was telling you about, and so I kind of like was still going through like the recovery, and then I met somebody else because I'm a rescuer. I always rescue people. And my newest best ever rescue mission is rescuing Earth, and that's gonna be the final rescue. I'm not rescuing any other females or males or anything else because I feel like saving Earth is men and female all in one. So that's my latest thing. And before I go more off topic, back to the timeline. So in 2015, I did have my second unplug, and I didn't really take it seriously, but everything was just happening. And I was living like more spiritually. Everything was just great. I was just living more. I started to becoming like semi-vegetarian. And then until like 2017, but 2 years later, I was still like I wasn't awakened because I was still I met somebody else that I was rescuing. This girl that literally just drowned my energy. She was like a vampire. I'm not trying to sound sexist, just saying facts, because everyone has been there, from guys and girls that they have met. And so therefore, yeah, and then I just kind of got plugged back inside the matrix because she was super into the matrix, and she's super religious too. Nothing is saying about that are religious, but many of the people that are religious, they're very plugged in, they're not unplugged. And so yeah, and then in 2017, finally, I was finally awakened with this, what I'm gonna talk about next. Okay. So moreover, strangely enough, I was so deeply plugged into the matrix that I didn't know how years passed, holidays, months, weeks, and even days. Like during this time, since like I can remember I was like 18, I was super into the matrix, and even until 2015, I was still in the matrix. And the crazy thing was that I didn't even know how time was going because I guess time doesn't exist. But I never actually saw and noticed like how the same things kept repeating themselves, like the same holidays, the same birthdays, the same like Super Bowl gatherings, the Thanksgiving, the New Year's. It was so like redundant that I stopped like celebrating them. I was like, what? I mean, I didn't stop celebrating them, but I literally saw firsthand that wow, this is like just a kind of it's almost like a kind of like a disc, like a CD or like a Blu-ray, just like kept like reiterating, you know, same thing over and over and over again, you know. It felt that way. But up until like 2017, I never saw everything like that. I never lived with time constraints. I lived more like I felt like I was in my own bubble. That's that's the best way to look at it. Like I was living without thinking about tomorrow or today. I was just living in it now, I guess. I just right now like realize that as we speak, actually. That's pretty crazy. But I never actually, I guess I lived that way all my life, but I never paid attention to dates, holidays. I just always was celebrating and having fun, just enjoying my life. And in 2017, when I woke up, I realized how time was going so slowly when you're awakened and you're following your passion and your purpose, and you actually have a point. Like everything was going so like every single day I noticed like, okay, I'm being productive, I'm doing this, I actually have purpose, I have goals. Before I was all about like being an entrepreneur, making a lot of money, buying cars, super expensive clothes, Gucci, like Mercedes cars, other cool stuff, like you know, just a lot of cool like trips, just having fun, you know. But even until like 2017, when my parents divorced, that's what I'm gonna go next. I literally woke up. I've remained super awakened since then. I guess that was my third way of awakening. Which someone told me that I have the same exact conscious of the DNA upgrade as the third wave children, like the Z generation and then the crystal children. That's why I stopped eating meat. I started going to the gym like crazy, like an addict, like almost like an addict, but to the gym, which is great. So I totally felt the third wave, and I'm still in the fourth wave, third wave, wow, fourth wave. And fourth wave is probably coming up. That's why I just said right now by accident. Okay, So before I continue, some water. Okay, furthermore, since 2017 of September, from my third wave of awakening, I went through some personal events where my parents divorced, which organically forced me to wake up and break away from the social conditioning of the society and limited beliefs that I received from birth. So that's what happened. Pretty much, as soon as my parents divorced, I literally just woke up and I no longer wanted to. I felt like all the social conditioning was just like literally just falling off, and I just kind of, my beliefs totally changed. I saw everything how it is, the reality, and it was just amazingly beautiful. Interestingly enough, which I've talked about this many times, I quit meat. I quit eating meat. I quit dairy. I quit alcohol. I quit smoking and started to go to the gym organically, as if my body was reprogrammed to be healthy with a laser focused vision. From 2017 to 2018, I went through my hero journey, which is when you actually, when the universe takes everything from you away, like all your family, your loved ones, brings you into like full solitude. Then after you're at your very low level, your rock bottom, then it just builds you up. I didn't hit the rock bottom, but I literally felt like I was rock bottom, because everything was just like cut off from me, like my family, everything was just cut off. Like I didn't have any. They all turned against me in a weird way, like a temporary way, as if it was done for a higher purpose, you know. And it was really crazy because I would have never ever imagined that ever happening. I would have never actually imagined also quitting meat or alcohol or smoking, like ever, you know, because it was just like one of those. I was smoking cigarettes, not weed, and I tried a little bit of weed, which kind of helped me to quit. But then I meditated so much that I didn't even want wood anymore, even like the smallest dose. So, and then from 2017 to 2018, I went through my hero journey, which is literally when, like I was saying, when everything everything just breaks away from you, and then when everything is taken away from you, then they just put everything back together in a positive way. So they're like building your programming all over again by reprogramming your DNA. And it wasn't until 2018 of October that I was able to realize, as funny as this may sound, how each year we do the same things and we repeat the same cycle and some holidays, etc. every single year. It also occurred to me how asleep I was for decades by the social conditioning and limited beliefs that I wasn't aware how quickly each year came and how we celebrated holidays or birthdays the same way like the yesteryear. Moreover, it was clear that time did not exist and it was all in the now. What was so significant with this civilization was the fact that if we didn't live spontaneously in the present moment, we were never going to change our reality, no matter how many years came and went. So I realized like everything was taken away from me. I had to like kind of change my whole lifestyle. I started going to the gym. I started just going to the park like every day almost, meditate there. And literally, but before I would never go to the park, I would never go to the gym. You would just like work, chill, watch Netflix, chill, work on YouTube videos. I wasn't really like living my purpose. I was just like kind of like slacking, you know, like being lazy kind of. Even though I had so much potential and such a higher purpose, but I never pursued them. I didn't live outside of the matrix. That's the reason why. Furthermore, with this new version of me and laser-focused, passionate journey, which I'm on right now still, I realized how I accomplished more of living life and finding my true bliss and purpose than I had in almost 2 decades when I was asleep, plugged hard into the matrix. The key takeaway, which I will discuss more in other preachers and vids on my YouTube channel, is unplug yourself from the comfortable, fear-based, socially conditioned, autopilot, limited life, and start living for the present moment by pursuing your passions, and you live in the most amazing life in 1 year than you have lived in 10 or 20 years in the past. Well, with that saying, the takeaway, which is really crucial for you to understand this, is pretty much saying, instead of living comfortably with fear, saying, okay, as long as I have my rent money, my food, my car payment, my cell phone bill is taken care of, and everything, the little thingies that are just considered I'll deal with money. Instead of living comfortably with fear, assuming that as long as you have those covered that you're okay, live outside of that and live with a spontaneous kind of like a passion-filled life. Because once you change your reality from comfortable fear and socially conditioned autopilot limited living to passion pursuing lifestyle, at that point you will be guided in such a perfect way to find exactly what you need to be happy and to get every kind of abundance that you can picture, whether it's money, whether it's love, whether it's health, whether it's freedom, whether it's liberty, whatever it is, it'll just come to you. It will just come to you like as if it was supposed to come anyways. Because what it is that your passion is your guidance from your higher being, or your spirit guide, which is ultimately your higher being from a different dimension. So because they kind of go up and down on the dimension, the spectrum. So like when you're talking about like following your passion or following your heart, that expression is because when you actually feel that that is your purpose, your mind is so focused that you actually can see and feel what your higher being is telling you to follow, because they know that is what you're best at, and that will return your best gains. Meaning you'll get like your love, your health, your freedom, your wealth, everything in one by just following your passion, because that is your guidance that you are following. You're following the guidance from your higher being, aka spirit guides, if you want to call it that, or God, if you want to call it that, if you're religious. But that is literally the purpose of life, is to follow your higher purpose, your higher self, and your higher purpose. Because if you just follow this simple guidance by just not showing fear, having no resistance in life, and living not out of fear, but living out of bliss and purpose. So instead of living out of fear, to live out of purpose, to live out of passion. That's the way, that's the best way to actually live, because you'll be able to expand and grow spiritually and raise your consciousness and the vibration to be able to reach your highest, best version and your best reality, in which you will create as you are your best version. Last but not least, this pitch was super channeled as it was downloaded on Saturday evening, and I thought it would be great to share for Monday as a new week and new life in the now for all. So if I be much love, alright. So this pitch was really channeled. It just like I was watching some, I think I was watching Gaia. The episode finished on Gaia, and then I just literally channeled everything. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna write it down. So I just opened up my iPad Pro, just started tapping with my notes and just saved it. I caught it and I just saved it for Monday to just put it out for you guys. That's about it, guys. So thank you for watching. This is Ari, aka Chosen. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's going to be a beautiful week. It's gonna be a hot week, but the hot it doesn't necessarily mean bad, because heat is energy and energy is good. So as long as you stay hydrated and you tan out, you'll be great. And the high temperatures should not make you feel fear, but it should make you feel love from the sun above you, which is the light source and point of life. Much love. Peace. Namaste. That's a wrap. Stay vibey. Bye.